it's kind of weird, but I like being in my studio when I'm just farting by myself.
You don't have to bother anybody with your farts.
It's just fun. I just love stinking the room up. Hey, you want to hear something really cool?
Yes.
I'm actually Patrick Clark sent me 3 Tyson Bagent cards.
Like NFL fucking
3
rookie
different
cards.
I don't know if they're rookie cards or what, but one of them there's only 1,300 of them printed and it's numbered.
No shit.
Yeah, it's number 33
Better hold on to those.
or something like that. Yeah, that's cool, right? So now
Definitely
I have
don't
4.
take them out of the case either.
Now I have 4 Tyson Bagent cards.
Whoa.
Hey, an agent reached out to me yesterday.
Oh, really? You tell them to fuck off?
No, I graciously thank them for thinking of me.
Oh, what were they asking about?
At one point during the call, the agent said, "So what's the name of your podcast?"
Awesome. Okay. All right. Yeah, you can go fuck yourself.
So there was a point.
Why did you call me again?
There was a point when there was a while back when someone reached out to me and they said, "Hey, I see that you belong to this network of guys, and how about I direct all of them so that there's no overlap between the shows, and I like assign people to what they're best at." So
Okay.
let's just use I assume that they thought Pedro, and I would think this too. I consider this too, that Pedro and I are like in cahoots, right? Which we are, right? And by cahoots,
Okay.
I mean like if I know one of his shows is coming up, I promote it, or if I want someone on my show, he's on my short list of guys to bring on, right?
Right.
So like recently, you can see like Garrett Glinton has entered that fray. Like I'm trying to like pull Garrett Glinton into my like fray of like go-to people, right?
Right.
Just different tools for different things, right? That the podcast needs, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like if the podcast needs a new microphone, you get that, but these are people tools. And I thought that was interesting that person wanted to do that. And my response was like, "Hey, I think I'm the wrong person to ask because I feel like I'm at the top of the food chain in that network, and because I have access to everyone that I would ever want access to. And so like what value I don't understand the value that I don't understand the value. I feel like this person wanted to do, and I could be totally wrong, but I feel like this person wanted to do it for like maybe the wrong reasons, right? Or not reasons that I'm interested in supporting. That would be a better way of saying it. Like
Okay,
they wanted to
sure.
do it for themselves, not for me.
Right.
Pat Lang, Brian Friend may be a baby, but he's still the most knowledgeable CrossFit guy out there by a lot in terms of athletes. I would definitely agree on that second part. God, he knows a lot. Okay. And then so this person was like, "Hey, I can get you money. Send me your analytics. And then I'm going to congregate all the biggest people in the space who have podcasts, and I'm going to like find sponsors for like ones, you know how like the athletes did the mush thing, right? So
Right.
obviously someone grabbed all those athletes and was like, "Hey, I got a big deal for $100,000. We'll split the money up." And then all 13 of you post that you eat mush simultaneously. And whether they eat mush or not, it seemed really insincere. And like, I don't want to be a part of that stuff either. Because I feel like the only thing this podcast has is sincerity. That's like its driving piece. So
Right.
So this person, I'm like, well, I don't really show anyone my analytics because my analytics are so weak, and they don't depict really what the strength of this podcast. And they just mowed right over it like I didn't even say that. And just the way they were talking, like they didn't hear a word I said. And we talked about like money, and all they were worried about was like how many views you get, and how much sponsors pay per view, and just all of that stuff. And I just don't have that relationship with I don't have that relationship with any of my sponsors. Like the amount of money that CA Peptides and Paper Street Coffee give this podcast is fucking crazy relative to that person was not Patrick. No, that person was not you. Hi. You're the person who
Well, that
sent me
narrows
the
it down
Tyson.
to like 3 others.
You're the person who sent me the Tyson Bagent cards. Hey, I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think it's a bad idea that I don't think any of these are bad ideas, by the way. I just think that it's like an unawareness. I think that there's an unawareness, and I don't think that's bad either, but I think there's an unawareness of what's really going on with this podcast and with the people that I share this this network with, or this co-op with. I think there's like people who I think some people even inside aren't aware. They just know it feels good, which is fine. They know it's beneficial, but I
Sure.
think that there's an unawareness. I'll give you guys an example of unawareness. There was this idea that, and it was proposed by a lot of people inside the group and outside the group, that hey, maybe we should do an event where we take the semifinal and I'm all for ideas. This isn't a dig, but there was this idea to take all the semifinal athletes that didn't make it to the games, but who are top contenders, and throw an event for them.
Right.
And that's not what we do. That's not, it may look like that to someone on the outside that we do events, but we do not do events.
No.
No. We do people more than we do events. Like it was cool that it was Dallin, Jason, Colton, and Taylor. That's it.
Right.
And it was cool
Just following
piggybacking.
them.
Yeah, and it was when we piggybacked the quarterfinals just off the fact that they were all doing an event together.
Right.
Anyway, there's just like nuances there. Like this, you have to think of this show as more as promotion and propaganda for stuff than like we're not like I admire JR hugely. I'm super happy that he does events. That's just
Right.
and that's probably why he's in the group, right? JR's in the
Yeah,
group
for sure.
because he does events, because that's an important tool that we need. It's just not
And he
what
does them well.
very well, very well. And so and he's valuable to he's valuable to the group in a lot of different ways. And so if we hype him up, then all of us benefit just by his growth. And anyway, I don't know why. I don't know if I'm able to articulate what's going on, even though I feel it and see it and just feel like I'm in the flow with it. Ken Walters, yes, he's a CF prophet. Yeah. By the way, you know what I was thinking about you today, Caleb, as I came in here? When I was a little kid, my favorite part of like the Incredible Hulk is when he turned into the Incredible Hulk.
Okay.
With I don't know if you remember that show. It was with Bill what was the guy's name? Bill Bixby was the Incredible Hulk. And Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk. Bill Bixby played like Bruce Banner. And then when I was a little kid, I loved it when Snuffleupagus came on Sesame Street. And when I watched Mr. Rogers, I loved it when the cable car came on. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's them right there. And I loved it when the cable car came on and Mr. Rogers. And I thought, oh, you're that in my life now. Isn't that weird? Like if I see you on the show, I get that same feeling that I got as a little kid when it's like that same feeling. I'm like, oh, Caleb's here. Like I get happy. Like the cable car just came on Mr. Rogers. Anyway, I was thinking about that in the shower. I wasn't touching myself. I just, probably soaping my hair.
It's all good.
I probably stopped soaping my cock and balls when I thought that. Maybe. Anyway, so it was just interesting that even as I tried to explain it to this guy, and he's an LA guy, I could tell he just didn't get it. He didn't get it. This show just puts on. So last year, this show put on just 10 followers a day, 10 subscribers a day, and this year, this show just puts on 20 subs now this year. I'm just making this up. I mean, it's the spirit of what I'm saying is right. This year, the show puts on 20 subscribers a day. And that's perfect. It's like so perfect. It's just so like there's nothing going on here except that in terms of like the growth. But all you guys, the cool thing is like you guys are real. You're like real fucking people. And
not
some of
buying
the
subscribers.
no, or you're not here just to see me naked. You know what I mean? Like if you're
Right.
following someone just to see them naked, you're not a real follower for them.
Right.
And last 30 days, 300 new subs. Oh, on this station? Oh. But I mean, I think for the year, it's like just 20 a day or something. But it's just slow, steady. Even 30, it's just slow, steady. I think a lot of people want like 1,000. They're just so excited to get to like 1 million subscribers. And don't get me wrong, that would be cool. But this is just this is all just unfolding perfectly with the sponsors, with the shows we're doing, and with who you guys are, who the participants are on the other side of the screen. It's just cool. So I just wanted to say that. I kind of get excited when people reach out, but it's like CrossFit. People, I don't think people get it. They don't. They just don't get it. And I get, and I understand that they don't get it. It's kind of hard to get. It's kind of hard to get. You know, that was the crazy thing about CrossFit. You could that's what's so crazy about CrossFit. You could never buy. You could never just like buy CrossFit. Street parking's the same way. You can't just like I could go down and buy a TRX, you know, and they're dope. I don't mean that TRXs are dope, but you can't just buy street parking. Like Miranda and Julian had to make that. You can't just buy CrossFit.
Right.
It has to like.
You can't buy that community.
No, I guess that's the way to say it.
You can't just go up. You can't buy 50,000 street parking members and say, "Hey, you're gonna follow this program, and you're all gonna love each other, and you're gonna help each other, and you're gonna do all those things." You can't do. You have to build it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say the same thing about.
Or it has to build itself. So it has to build itself, right? I mean, you can't even plan. I don't even think you can plan to build it. You could pretend to plan, well, or I don't think you could successfully plan to build it. Anyway, it's cool. It's super cool, and I feel invigorate. I mean, I feel I would be lying. I feel so time has slowed down so much for me in the past 2 weeks, and I'm so excited about Kill Taylor. Like time has really slowed down for me. Like I can't even believe how far away Saturday feels.
Saturdays are exciting.
Where are the callers? I don't know, but they need to. Here, I'm disconnecting the phone. There. Now I feel better. Like it's me not allowing them in. Okay, so there's that. So I wanted to tell you guys that. Do you feel titillated? Yeah, totally. And it's been great. It's been great that Doc Spartan sponsored the first Kill Taylor and that Vindicate sponsored the second one. And we have people lined up, I think, for like the next 5 weeks. And but some people have wanted to buy like months already, and I just don't want to do that because I think the show deserves a sponsor that's like going to be all in. Like, hey, here's $2,000 a week. Here's $10,000 a week. And I've never felt that way before. I've never felt like, I felt like just if someone wanted to sponsor the show and they felt like it was a good fit, we would take anyone for the podcast.
Right.
And if I could and I wanted to have a relationship, so like I could call Lindsay or Sarah Cox or Gabe on a moment's notice, but I wanted to. Yeah, Coke would be great for Kill Taylor, Coca-Cola, just anyone. Like that show. Yeah, that show is something interesting. Did you put electrical tape on your earmuffs? No, they're just falling apart. I have new ones. I've just had these since I've had these were like an ex-girlfriends of mine over 20 years ago, I think, if I recall.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I just feel like,
Well,
or
they're
maybe
not
she
broken,
told,
so
she was like a filmmaker from New York, and I think maybe she had these, and I thought, oh, those must be the cool ones to have. So, Brandon Smith will be the one to dethrone Taylor. There's no way Brandon Smith will ever get on again. The fact that someone got on twice is unbelievable to me.
yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, McDonald's would be a great sponsor. Just anyone who has just a shitload of money. Anyone who just has a shitload of money. Because the show deserves it. It's
Oh, for sure.
no one is beating Taylor. Yeah, no one is beating Taylor. I agree. It's gonna be a long time.
For sure.
Long time.
Especially if I keep fucking up the clock, then nobody will win. Give a little home cooking.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Or no, maybe they will win if you keep fucking up the clock.
Maybe.
Are those the cancer headphones? They might be. It might have been this black stuff that came off onto my ear. These might be the cancer headphones. Okay. Sevi, is someone from RX Sugar still coming on? Yes, they are. Dick Johnson, Richard Johnson's coming on. He wrote The Fat Switch. I'm actually going to hang out with him at Greg's house on the 9th.
Dick Johnson?
Is that amazing or what? Is that amazing or what?
No way. His name's Richard Johnson?
Richard Johnson. What an amazing. I'm so glad you thought that, because every time I say it, I'm like, am I the only one that hears that? A double dick? DD?
Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, that's incredible. Richard Johnson, MD.
Sevon, thoughts on Amy Kringle? I thought, like, I saw her like 4 years ago on Instagram, and I thought, holy shit, this chick is so fucking hot, and she was from the Isle of Man, but now she doesn't live in the Isle of Man, but I never thought she'd make it to the games in a million years. I just thought she was hot, so who knows? Yeah, this is a yeah, she's cool looking.
Look at that delt vein.
I don't have that.
That's crazy.
And that's a heavy rope?
Yeah, it's like one of those like thread, like a really like a nylon rope, I think.
She looks strong, right?
Yeah, she does.
She looks like just like
look at
a
that
brick
thing.
shit house. Oh yeah, even there. Wow. Perfect skin. Hiller this is what's going to happen. Hiller guessed that Taylor would make it 14 weeks before Taylor gets to takes some risk in the programming and someone beats him. I hope he never does that.
Idea.
Okay, sports agents. Okay, so we talked about them. I was also thinking about this today in the shower. I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to fully talk about this yet, because I need more coffee or something. I need to be in a special mood. Maybe it's a topic I should save for later. But I was thinking about like what makes a good wife or a good girlfriend.
Okay.
And the thing, if you had a really hot chick, let's say Amy Kringle. I shouldn't use Amy Kringle as the example. Let's say you just had a really hot chick, but she didn't want to just fuck you nonstop. Like she just didn't fuck on command.
It'd be kind of sad.
But it's pointless.
Yeah,
It's fucking pointless. It's a Lamborghini with a flat tire. It's completely pointless.
It's a Lamborghini that won't leave the garage.
It is completely pointless. It is useless. It's useless to have just even like a sort of a hot it's God, this is gonna fucking, I don't know if I should say this part. I don't know if I'm ready this morning. To have any chick that won't fuck on command is pointless. But to have a hot chick that won't fuck on command is even look at even Heidi. I got Heidi to say, wow. You want a woman to capitulate with you on demand? Great question. No, I want her to be like so fucking into me that she's pissed when I put on deodorant because it changes the smell that she loves. I saw a video the other day of a girl sitting on the back of a motorcycle with her guy, and she rubbed the back of his armpit and then smelt it. That's the fucking girl
Oh
you
my
want.
God.
That is the fucking girl you want. You want a girl that smells you. If you don't have that, I just can't imagine. When I was a little kid, someone bought me Old Spice for my birthday. I was like in the 2nd or 3rd grade, and I remember I wore it to school, or maybe I was I must have been older. Maybe it was junior high, and I remember this girl I really liked said I smelled like her grandfather.
Ooh. That's a knife to the heart.
My new girlfriend is so into me. It's fantastic. Yeah. You want a girlfriend that you want to eat. Like you get concerned, like you feel like you're Jeffrey Dahmer. And you want a girlfriend where you have to say no. You want a girlfriend where there's some nights where you're like, dude, no, I can't. I have to go to sleep. No. I'm sleeping right now.
Yeah.
And then you wake up in the morning, you hate yourself.
Well, then you just do it in the morning. You just wake up and you're like, damn, that was a bad idea.
Olivia, mutual desire. There's nothing better. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I don't mean to say that I don't mean to say
Whoa.
that what?
Oh my God.
I want to suck a fart out of her ass and hold it like a bong rip.
Oh my God.
I mean, I want to judge you, but fuck, like, I mean, I also like taking things to an extreme.
Holy shit.
I just can't. It's weird because at 52, like I'm more attracted to my wife than ever, and I never thought that would fucking be humanly possible.
Yeah,
I just can't stop. Like,
so
I'm obsessed with her right now.
Yeah. So obviously I've not been with my wife for the past month or so.
Are you losing your shit?
Yeah, it's fucking.
So you know what I mean by that feeling of wanting to eat them, right? Like literally, like you want to eat them. Like, hey, I would take a fucking bite out of your arm right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just like fuck.
Right. Yeah. It's you just want to be with them and just like fucking devour them, basically.
Yeah, consume them. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's incredible.
You need this, Sevi, you need the girl that puts her finger in your butt regularly. Early on, when I was with my wife, she tried to push on that spot between my ball sack and my butthole when we were having sex once, and I was like, "What the fuck what the fuck are you doing?" So I read in a magazine. Shut the fuck up! I don't give a fuck what you read in a magazine. Ever fucking wander your hand down there ever again?
Okay, Christine, I don't think this is true at all. If you talk about sex, you probably aren't having it. That is absolutely not true.
Do the hand does not go past the deepest part of the shaft.
You gotta explore more, Simon.
I know. I'm pretty boring. I'm pretty boring. You take I give some advice to girls if you want to make your man happy. This is what you do. You don't have to stick anything in his butt. You grab the bottom of his shaft and you just pull down gently to where your ring finger and whatnot pushes into like the scrotum and the ball sack, so you can get as much dick hanging out at the top as possible. And then you put your second hand on it so the head's still out. And you say to him that this thing is fucking huge. Now, my wife's never done that to me. If she's listening,
even if it's this big.
Now, listen, if your second hand's going to go over it and make the cock disappear, don't use that trick. Just stick with one hand. Now, listen, if there's enough, you even take the bottom hand off and you go and you grab the next hand up. You need a girl with small hands.
Small hands. That's right. That's right.
Jeffrey Birchfield, are we talking about intimacy or lunch?
Oh
the thing is, my point is that like all these things, like in your best expression of your relationship, you're shitting with the door open. You're like, your wife loves you for who you are and how you smell. You my wife actually this kind of stung yesterday. She was leaving the house and she walked by the bathroom and I was wiping my ass and she goes, "I'm not going to kiss you, I don't think, while you're wiping your ass." So fair enough.
Oh, that's the limit. That's that's awesome. I'll FaceTime my wife while I'm taking a shit.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Hey, there's something I got to tell you.
Hey, by the way, I was just thinking about you while I was taking a shit.
Yeah, no one I always turn the fan on. Jeff Bako says no one likes the smell of shit. Yeah, I agree. I really don't like the smell of shit. Clean up your diet if you need to wipe. But do you still wipe even though if you don't have anything down there, you still got to wipe though, don't you?
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Clean up your diet if you need to wipe. I mean, yeah, I have clean better poops if I'm eating well, but
yeah,
I still gotta wipe my ass, dude.
So you could get sucked into a relationship because a chick is really hot. And for girls out there, like, feel free to, I'm not saying that it doesn't go both ways. You could pick the same way, do the same thing for men. I just happen to know that if you're picking a guy or if you're picking a girl because she likes you because like you're buff or you're tall or you're short or you're rich or I don't know what the reason is. But you really want her to like you. You want her to like you for who you are, like the you that's like your hair's all fucked up, you haven't showered.
It's the kind of person that you don't really want to hang out with anybody else but that person. Like I went and hung out with some people the other day, and I was like, yeah, I would so much rather not be doing this. I'd so much rather be hanging out with my wife.
Oh yeah, exactly, right? That's how you learn to appreciate your wife.
For sure.
The problem with talking like this is that men will now go to their wife and say, "You should be having sex with me on command," instead of looking in the mirror, figuring out why. Okay. Well, before you pick her, well, okay.
I think, I mean, it's like a natural thing, right? Like you're not demanding it if it's a natural thing. Like I don't have to demand with my wife that we have sex all the time.
Right,
I
but
just know that the both of us are like, we just want to fuck all the time.
Yeah, maybe it's not demanding it. Yeah, like I don't ever walk in the room and say, "Assume the position."
No.
I mean, I do say that, but
it's always it's just like
it's just
she
there.
could just be walking by me in the bedroom and I'm like, yeah, we're doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
It just happens, you know?
That's what I mean by demand. Yeah, Heidi, of course Heidi has a point. Jeremy World, Heidi hates men. You might have a point too.
Yeah, and the men who are demanding it, Heidi, are the fucking scourge of the earth. Those are the kind of people you don't want to be around.
Christian Kettler, I hate myself when I turn my wife down. Yeah. I always hate it like a few hours later. I'm like, what the fuck was wrong? Am I out of my fucking mind?
I don't think I've ever turned it down.
I take a huge black dildo, veiny dildo, every time I turn her down and shove it in my ass to teach myself a lesson.
Wow. Okay. So you do put things in your ass. Got it.
I used to when before I had kids, if my wife was in the shower, I would get in the shower with her. Like no matter what, at all times. I just showered, so what? Get back in the shower.
Absolutely.
Just hang out with her in the shower. I soaped her, I bathed her, I talked to her.
Yeah.
Everything.
Like my wife and I would be on the same schedule. So basically we're just showering at the same time. So we just shower all the time together.
You have a big shower?
Yeah, bigger shower.
Yeah, you need the two of you are big humans.
Yeah, for sure.
My wife and I can shower under fucking like a hose. together.
The faucet outside.
This is really going to surprise you all because you know how selfless I am, but I'm horrible probably to shower with. Like I am just such the shower hog too.
Like you use the whole thing or what?
Yeah, like I'm like when I'm ready to like get the soap out of my hair, I just push her out of the way.
I don't want to get in my eyes.
Yeah, like hey. Okay. So that's that. That's taken off my list. I wanted to get that off my chest. So I was so excited today. So you guys know this guy Goob. There's so much here. What I'm about to show you. Do you want to open that? You see, it says, "Look at the guests. These people got played."
Mm-hmm.
So there's this guy Goob, and he has an Instagram account. And if you don't follow this Instagram account, you should. I think he has over 600,000 followers. I just want to start there. This guy's followers are like real fucking followers. And I was just talking with Andrew about this the other day. Like these are people who've all started following him, I think, in the last year. And like they're fucking real. And his comment sections are like just the engagement is crazy. And these types of accounts are so different. You know, the accounts like the accounts with just hot bitches. Like, have you ever looked in the comments there? It's just like 500 comments of just hearts or fire emoji.
It's all bots and shit.
Yeah, I'm like, God, this just sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how to look at. Do you know? I don't even know how to look at likes or views on my Instagram account, which is probably a good thing because I was asking someone in the locker room the other day, "Hey, how do I see likes and hearts and shit like that? How many I have?" But it's probably good because I probably don't have very many. But this guy's account is fucking insane. I love accounts that have like real, like this is the kind of guy you would want to sponsor. This guy, there's people out there who have 20 million followers who don't have the engagement this guy has. The engagement on this account is fucking amazing. I think that I would guess that probably more than half the people that follow him are like truly engaged, where I think is on those hot bitch accounts, the engagement is probably less than 1%. Like people, you just look at the titties and scroll by. Yeah, I've seen them a million times.
Right.
Anyway, this guy, Sean Mike Kelly, I went to his account the other day, and we'll go there in a second. But watch this video that Goob makes here on this guy, because I saw this guy's Instagram account just 2 days ago, and I was like, holy fuck, how have I never heard of this podcast? Okay, here we go.
This is a cautionary tale that you can't just trust any asshole with the microphone. Sean Mike Kelly, welcome to the show. So today we welcome Sean Mike Kelly. He owns a podcast called Digital Social Hour, 11.2 million followers. Wow. Now I'm a guy who likes reality. I see things for what they are, and I just kind of tell the truth. So Sean, if you're watching this is the hard and painful truth, and you did all this to yourself. Sean's got quite the racket going. He has a podcast. He invites guests on the podcast by reaching out to them via DM. Something like this. Hey, we're the #1 market.
So that's what I do. I reach out to people by DM, and I say, hey, I always say the same thing. Hey, I'd love to have you on the podcast. And I do it for my account that has 3,000 or 4,000 followers. But when I used to have an account with, I think, almost 100,000 followers, and I had a blue check mark, and I used to get way more response. Like crazy response, right? I don't do it from the Sevon Podcast Instagram account because Souza and the gang and you guys don't want me like posting stuff about vaccines in there and ruining it. And that's a good idea. That's smart. So I have to do it. And I already got 2 warnings this week already for shit I posted. So that's what this guy does. And he does it from an account with 11 million followers. Okay, here we go.
Marketing podcast in the US. We want to invite you on the show. Quick aside there, you're not #1. You're in the fucking 90s usually. But when their guest accepts, they send them this questionnaire. Very normal questions in the questionnaire. What's your name? What's your email address? But at the bottom, if you're selected, there's a non-refundable $6,000 appearance fee that you have to pay to Sean to be on his show. Okay, sweet. So you paid him the $6,000. You traveled out to him.
So pause that a second. So in the documentary filmmaking business, it's considered extremely unethical to there to be any money transfer between the filmmaker and the subjects.
Yeah, what the fuck?
And when you look at we're going to look at his guests in a second, and it's fucking crazy. It's a handful of these people I've invited to be on my podcast and have not received a response. But it's just wild. And every once a week now, I was going to say every day, but it's probably once a week I get an email from some company that's like, hey, we'll help you find podcast guests. Or I get an email, that's actually probably twice a week. The other one I get is, hey, we have this person, they just wrote this book. We would like to get them on your podcast. And it always starts with some cheesy shit like, hey, we admire your hard work. We know how hard it is to build a podcast. Like some shit like that just makes me delete it right away. Okay, here we go.
You filmed this podcast with 350,000 views. One problem. There's no comments and 350,000 people saw it. Here's another one with 350-some thousand. Let's see the comments there. They're all fake bot comments from Indian accounts. But wait, his podcast is topping the charts. Let's look at the reviews. All of these reviews are from spam accounts. Look at the names. All of them. Look at the names. Nearly 1,000 reviews.
Do reviews help?
Usually. I think they help your ratings a little bit. I think it just gives people something to look at when they're looking at podcasts they might find interesting.
I wonder if it helps in the rankings or in the distribution of your podcast.
Maybe. I don't know.
All right. Go review my podcast, please. Okay, here we go.
With bullshit names like this. If you look up his Social Blade, he was buying nearly 1 million followers a week.
Okay, pause. This is what's crazy. This is the kind of shit Andrew points out to me too.
Oh my God.
This is why this is what he did to Bryce Smith. He went on Social Blade and saw that he was buying his subscribers, his followers. That's fucking nuts. 1 million at a time.
How much does it cost to get 1 million followers?
I think I looked, it was $5,000. I want to start an account. And I think it's dangerous doing that because I think if you get caught by Instagram or YouTube, they kick you off, or they say, at least that's what it says in the rules, that you'll be kicked off for buying subscribers. I wanted to start an account where I bought millions of subscribers on Instagram, but then put in the bio all of these followers are bought, but then and then get a blue check mark, but then use it to invite people on.
Yeah, I guess. Then people think you have a massive following and that you're gonna help them in some way to.
Yeah, and I understand the sentiment.
Sure.
Oh, we get the same cut and paste emails. Yes, so many cut and paste emails. It's fucking crazy.
That's fucking.
I always start writing back to them in my head, but then quickly go on because I don't want to give them the time of day or energy. But I always start writing something nasty back to them. Tracy Hefner, Heidi is 100% a cheap Indian bot account. That's for sure.
I could see it.
Okay, let's keep going.
10 weeks in a row. And that's why there's no real comments or reviews. This is a...
Okay, go to this guy's Instagram account. And that's the fucking weirdo from the that guy's cool. That guy used to work at Coca-Cola on the left. That guy with the glasses is that fucking really weird guy. He's such a trip.
Dave Asprey?
Yeah, Dave Asprey. He had like a candy bar he put out or something. What he put or he was the guy he put like but he released something with butter and coffee.
Bulletproof coffee, maybe?
Yes. That's it. Fucking nuts. Then look at this. This chick's from fucking LA. Just some LA fucking chick. So that chick paid $6,000 to be on the show. What's her name?
Let's see. What is it?
Maybe go up to the top. Oh.
She's probably tagged here. Emily Wilson?
Oh, yeah. Emily Saves America.
She has pretty eyes.
Oh, she's hot. But it's just crazy that all these people paid. These are all people who paid $6,000 to be on his fucking scam.
I wonder. Yeah, what the
I
fuck? Oh, isn't
wonder
this more plates, more dates? It is.
he fell for it. You think he would vet shit first?
It's also telling when they don't post or when they don't let you see how many likes stuff has, I guess.
Where is that? How do you see likes?
So usually it's like right here where I'm highlighting on the bottom underneath the heart comment share.
Even on my own?
Yeah, you'd be able to see like the amount of likes you have, but if you just keep it
What do you mean? It says where do I where it's
if you just go to a post.
Okay, it says liked by Haley Matosian. Oh, and 182 others.
Right. So you get a numerical value associated with it.
Do all my posts have that? Oh yeah. My shopping cart one has 181. My my one about global warming has 171. My Tyson Bagent one has 221. My garden has 131.
This guy
okay,
doesn't show them. So
you can turn that off.
Right.
Oh, my one with Pool Boy has 246. Oh shit. The one with me and my boys has 628.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Oh shit, my keychain one only got 91 likes. That's bullshit. This doesn't upset. This makes me hate my followers, not my not myself. Jesus Christ, fuck you guys. Okay.
And all of his comments are fucking spam.
That's interesting. Okay. All right.
Professional. Yeah, look at that. Just 10 people commented professional with the same emoji.
Okay, let's keep looking down and see who else he's had on. It's just fucking crazy that this is. I just love Goob because he does this. And what's nuts is he has 600,000 real fucking people who see this. Like he's a true influencer. Not in like, hey, wear the bathing suit he's wearing, but like he's influencing people's thoughts.
Right.
Yeah, Goob's amazing. And he's just found his rhythm. Oh yeah, look at this one. I watched this one the other way. People from LA are actually genuine. Oh, hit that one.
I grew up in LA. Most of the people I actually meet that are from LA are actually super down to earth. And I think it's more so just like people that come here and think that everyone's stuck up in this certain way that they feel like they have to fit that mold of being that way. And so it kind of has this like pretentious vibe about it. For me, I feel like why I've gotten a long way is because I'm actually just genuine and I actually care about the people I'm working with.
I don't know her and I apologize to her, but genuinely fucking stupid. That's the hive. She's talking about the fucking hive. I wonder if the guy pushes back. That's the hive. Those are the people who voted for Newsom, Biden, forced school closures. Those are the people who are racist. They demand racism. Those are the Jews who are afraid to speak out. I mean, it is. That's where UCLA is, USC. I mean, it is like the full indoctrination cap. It's where all the non-playable characters are.
NPCs. That's right.
Yeah, it is a fucking horrible place. Does that mean 100% of the people there are horrible? No. But it's just sleeping morons there. And you know it the second you go there. Like you just go into Trader Joe's there and you're like, wow, this is bad. These are people who like LA. In my town, if you're walking and you make eye contact with someone, you nod or say hi.
Right.
And that does not happen in LA. You clutch your purse.
You just never leave your house and you DoorDash everything.
Sevi offered to pay the identity doctor and then retracted, so she got pissed. That's not good. Wait, go back to the string of black guys up there. I want to see what they say. Rolls Royce, we are poisoning ourselves. Never mind. Keep going. He gets paid $20K an hour. Anyway, I just love Goob. I can't believe also the other day he saw the podcast, the clip. Someone must have sent it to him.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I would love to have him on. I think I had already invited him on before he even posted that. Influencers. Oh, yeah. Patrick, thanks for reminding me. So this connects it back to what I was saying before. Influencers care about followers and will do whatever they can to gain more and feel like they're jumping on a podcast that doesn't even have to pay for it. That's the thing. Like this agent who contacted me, all he cared about was followers. Oh, that's sad. Oh, that one only has 3,455 likes. Damn.
Well, it's not a.
Let me see the one with the girl with the tits.
You know, I love when people do the exact opposite thing that they promote. Haley Khalil. Welcome to the show. So today we welcome Haley Khalil, 5.7 million followers.
If I was that guy, if I was Goob, every night I fucking got into bed with my wife, I would say that to her. Welcome to the show.
Oh my God.
Welcome to the show. Haley. Not Haley Khalil. Haley Matosian. Welcome to the show. Anyway, I like Goob.
Model a social media personality.
I recommend you follow him. The Instagram account is goob_U2. And I don't know, this I was kind of happy for that guy when 2 days ago when I saw him. I was like, wow, this guy's killing it. Look at all these people he's had on. That's the Sam guy, the tall Asian dude or whatever that guy is. And then I saw that and I was like, fuck, of course. Because it made no sense to me when I saw it. I was like, wow, that's really cool. All right. There's that. Okay, now we got a lot of shit we got to go through. Okay, are you ready? Because I have to leave at 8:30 today. I have to pick Greg up from the airport.
Oh boy.
Oh, fuck it. I want to start here. You have to go up kind of high, Caleb, and it says if you can't be happy for other people's success, you'll never be successful. Complaining about ticket prices is so pathetic. Do you see that one?
Yep.
It's okay. Let's play that. Watch. I want to show you guys this. $2,500 cheapest non-resale tickets available for UFC 303 McGregor versus Chandler is $2,500 and the service fee is $481. And people are complaining. And who gives a fuck? Who gives a fuck? Why don't you just be so fucking happy for Conor fucking McGregor and Chandler that they're going to get a cut of this pay-per-view? This money they don't collect this money and then burn it. This money goes out to people, and then these people fucking eat at restaurants, get hotels, put gas in their car, pay their babysitters. It's not like if you can't afford this, then just don't go or work harder. All that money just to get worse view than the dirty Russian link I'm going to use. I don't know what that means. All that to watch him lose. It's like the posts like this are like shit that attract all the loser flies. UFC The Gate was the highest grossing event of all time. Cheapest ticket going for $3K. Yes, so what? I guarantee you these are all failures in life. All these fucking people. Why can't you just be like, fuck, this is awesome. The fight industry is exploding. Good job, Conor. I went to this, I've told this story before. I haven't told it in a long time. I'll tell it again. I went to this fucking symposium. And I was poor. I didn't have a job. And I was making the movie Pooling John. And I had like fucking, I don't know, $40,000 in credit card debt. Like 2 credit cards with $20,000 each maxed out. And I was at this, filming one of the arm wrestlers at this talk in New York City. And the guy said, hey, God is wonderful. God will give you whatever you want. And so when a guy drives up in a Lamborghini and you think stuff like he doesn't deserve that, or you feel any resentment towards him for his success and his richness, God will make sure to give you that. To make sure that you don't give you what you want which is never to be rich, because why would the energy that you're putting out there, or the message God is hearing, however you want to phrase it, is that you resent rich people, you resent successful people. And so why would he put you in a position, or why would the energy that you're putting out attract those kinds of people to you, or that kind of success to you? And for some reason, that really fucking resonated with me. And so from that day on, I decided that every time I saw any money on the ground, whether it be a fucking penny, a nickel, or a dime, and I've had some embarrassing moments, I will pick it up, I will look at the coin, and I will say to myself, I am a money magnet. The other day, my son picked up a penny, and he goes, I'm a money magnet. And then he handed it to me. I was like, wow, he's watching me. It was Joseph. He's 7. And there's times where I've pulled up in a fucking parking lot where someone's emptied their trash ashtray on the ground full of change, and there's like 60 pennies. And I sit there and I pick every single fucking penny up.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I say every one I pick up, I am a money magnet. I am a money magnet. I let my autism express itself in its fullest form. And a few weeks after that, I got put on, I started making money.
Suicide watch.
And then I started making more money, and I started making more money, and I kept making more money from there, basically right after I switched my mindset, and I just forced myself. I faked it until it became real, and it became real to be happy for other people's success. Just so
I'm definitely still
fucking
working on that.
Yeah. It's hard
There's a
because we're trained not to be. We're trained not to be happy for other people's success.
Yeah, so I'm on a base with a lot of officers, and there's like a parking lot across the street from where I'm staying, and it's just filled with like BMWs, Corvettes, big F-150 Raptors, like nice.
Those are mill guys. Those are their cars.
Yeah, yeah. And so you've got all these guys that are over there with the really nice cars, and they're driving all fast and being cool, and you're like, every time I walk by, I'm like, fuck you guys. Like I'm working like that's so that one thing.
Dear Caleb, please flip the script.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, like everyone's success. Yeah, I don't know. Give me an example. Like, am I happy for Hitler's success? Not so much.
Would you consider that success?
I mean, but now if I see someone in a nice car, I smile at them and wave at them, and I feel my happiness for them. Like I've made it. I've crossed to the other side. And it's cool. It's such a fucking better life. It was such a great fucking lesson I learned. Kamala Harris's success. Fauci's success.
Is it success though?
Anyway, don't be that guy. Like, so what? So what if the tickets are expensive? Just watch. It's so much better to watch it at home anyway. Invite Caleb over, fire up the fucking margarita mixer, and get at it. Okay, we have a lot. We have a lot to get through, even though that's a great subject. Okay, let's go back down to the bottom, and we'll just work our way fucking up. Democrats. Here we go.
When the evil governor of Florida was saying the exact same thing about kids and creepy stuff at Disney that liberals now find intolerable at Nickelodeon, he was dismissed as a hick and a bigot. But why would a kids' content factory like Disney be all that different than the one at Nickelodeon? A 2014 CNN report discovered that at least 35 Disney employees had been arrested for sex crimes against children, and in 2021, Disney child star Allison Stoner confessed she only narrowly survived the toddler to train wreck pipeline. The next year, child star Cole Sprouse told the New York Times that young actresses at the Disney Channel were heavily sexualized from an early age. DeSantis wasn't wrong, but we're so tribal now. The left will overlook child fucking if the guy from the wrong party calls it out.
And by the way, that's like one of the things that like kind of made me flip the script. The whole child fucking thing, like I have no tolerance for it. I was in a conversation with someone the other day, and they go, "You seem like a really a one issue kind of person, all or nothing. And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, well, with the child fucking thing. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. You're right. I'm not flexible on that one. I'm not doing the,
Why would you be?
I'm not doing the normalization of child fucking. I'm not going to do what listen, you could agree. You can be like, hey, I don't agree with everything the Democrats, believe, and I fucking hate Donald Trump. That's like your typical stance from a fucking liberal. I don't agree with everything the Democrats are doing, but I hate Donald Trump. Okay, and then you bring up to them, what about the minor attracted persons, the changing the definitions of words? Most of them are fucking oblivious to it. That's what all that shit is, by the way. It's just word fuckery. Minor attracted persons. Yeah, sorry, if you vote for Biden, you are supporting that. You can't just be like, well, I don't like that part. You have to accept the good with the bad.
Right.
I accept Donald Trump for shooting 3-pointers with paper towels now into remember that hurricane? He was like in Puerto Rico and he was shooting paper towels into the crowd that wanted paper towels, and he was shooting threes, and it just looked a little funny. I was like, what a douche at the time. But now I'm like, well, relative to child fucking, I'm cool. Shoot all the threes you want.
Absolutely.
I'm good. Yeah.
That's the least of my worries.
When you shake hands with other leaders, you pull them in. Cool. You lied on your fucking loan, on your loan assessment or the valuation of your building. I'm cool. There were some documents that were released yesterday that basically 4 months after Trump got out of office, the National Archives sent a letter to Trump saying, hey, you have all sorts of shit still here. I don't know where, like at the White House or wherever he was storing his shit. Come get it. And he went there, and there were he sent someone there, and there were 400 cases of documents sitting there. And so he took that shit back to Mar-a-Lago. And now they're wondering, oh shit, was the whole thing a fucking setup?
Oh,
they put classified documents in the 400 cases. I'm
Jesus.
just like, holy fuck. And what's interesting is National Archives claims that they never did that and that they were never communicating with Donald Trump 4 months after. But of course, the emails have shown up. They were communicating with them.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's so
and of course,
silly.
the DA in New York or wherever that case is being tried was trying to suppress those documents. And then finally yesterday, the judge unredacted all the shit. Fucking crazy. Okay, Biden. Let's see Biden. I wonder if anyone in here is going to vote. In here is going to vote for Biden. By the way, did you hear what happened to RFK? What's happening to RFK?
No, what happened?
He released a movie, I guess, yesterday, and
Okay.
I personally, and then I saw that the Facebook Meta was not allowing anyone to promote the movie, and then right when I was hearing that story, someone sent me a link to a post they made that was pulled down, and it was the trailer for the movie. It sounds like they are overtly trying to stop the promotion. And I watched the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's just like a story about RFK. It's narrated by Woody Harrelson. It's pretty good.
That's cool. It's super weird Facebook's doing that.
Very weird. How much liberal stupidity is just ignorance? I know. But what's crazy is even when you push them, if you push them into a corner, they start saying stuff like, I don't care if babies die. They shouldn't be born poor. Or it doesn't matter. The baby, they start saying stuff like, "Oh, it's only a few trannies that are raping women in locker rooms. It's just isolated incident." They have these like, it's always justification. It's just constantly justification. Facebook is censoring
wild.
RFK, yeah, like massive censoring. It's nuts. Okay, here we go. Joe Biden, here, the President of the United States. Here we go.
Was sort of raised in the Puerto Rican community. I had a very close relationship with the Greek American community, for real. I am Joe Bidenopoulos. I grew up in a heavily Irish Catholic community in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and a heavily Italian Polish community. When I say I got raised in the black church, he knows I'm not kidding. The Persian culture is amazing. As a student of Persian culture, I probably went to shul more than many of you. I come out of the black community. The background of my family is Irish American, not fundamentally unlike the Palestinian people. You might say, raised in the synagogues in my state. Everyone in town was either Polish or Italian. I grew up feeling self-conscious. My name didn't end in an SKI. I was raised in the neighborhood.
Fuck this guy.
Oh my God.
I know. It's fucking nuts, dude.
It's so
It's fucking nuts.
funny.
I was the only white guy.
What a goober.
I was the only white guy in an all-black neighborhood. Well, 98% black. There were a few Asian drug dealers when I was 16, 17, and 18. Maybe it was 3 years. It was fucking wild. I had so much fun. And I only hung out with the P. Diddy thing, kind of was reminding me of it. I hung out with this guy. Oh, and his name was Joe Johnson, right? And he had spent some time in San Quentin. And God, his house was so disgusting. He had this apartment. There was no furniture in it. There was nothing in the fridge. One time I brought some weed to him and he pulled out a crack pipe to smoke it with me. That was the last time I ever smoked weed with him. I smoked weed out of a crack pipe. The bowl on a crack pipe is so fucking tiny. It's like minuscule. But anyway, I hung out with him. No. And it just tasted disgusting. It smelled like it tasted like I was smoking burning hair, burning plastic. It was fucking gross. But I hung out with this guy on the weekends all the time. And I would usually like find him like in front of like the liquor store, like at, I don't know, 11 o'clock at night. And I'd hang out with him till 3 a.m. I would buy 40s. And all his friends thought that he was fucking me. And he would tell me, he's like, hey, you probably just want to go with it, but all the dudes think I'm fucking you. He didn't use the word fucking me. He had some like prison term for it. Like I'm his something. I forget what the term was. I was like, yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got pulled over by the cops one time leaving his house. It was in the middle of the day. And it was the Albany police. And like 6 cop cars surrounded my truck. And they told me to get out of the car. So I get out of the car and I'm just standing there next to my truck. And there's all these cops around me. And they're like, can we see your driver's license? And so I reach into the back of my truck and I get my backpack out and I open it up. And there's 4 ounces of weed in there. And they're in 1 ounce bags. Not Ziploc bags, but like this kind of sandwich. It was dirty Mexican weed. So it was already dry. So you didn't have to zip it. It didn't matter. Like it wasn't losing weight. It was those bags, where you fold it over. So I'm digging around in my backpack and I'm like, oh, I'm fucked. And I pull my driver's license out and they spend 15 minutes searching my car and asking me questions. They don't find anything. And they put me in the car and they never search my backpack. It's like there is a God.
Wow.
Right? I know. Crazy.
God, that's right. They
could not figure out what I was doing there. I mean, fuck, I don't blame them. What the fuck was I doing there? I'm a fucking 17-year-old fucking or 16-year-old kid from fucking the East Bay, from fucking like I go to school in Walnut Creek area, Pleasant Hill area, and I'm hanging out in the fucking ghetto. I don't know what I was doing there. I was like an anthropologist. I was ahead of my time. I just hang out and listen to stories. It's like, fuck that. I was like a podcaster back then, but there was just no viewers. There was only dirty Mexican weed when Sevi was young. They don't have that anymore. Do you know what dirty Mexican weed is, Caleb? It has seeds and stems in it and shit. Caleb's connection's horrible. Caleb? And I would listen to Stevie B. Do you guys remember Stevie B? Caleb's gone. Caleb's fucked. Do you know this Stevie B? Spring Love. I would listen to music like this.
No, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Do you know this song?
No, I've never heard that song.
Wow, and I had 2 15s in the back of my truck.
Look at that hair.
Oh God, this song was so good. I didn't even know this song had a music video.
It's like pre-MTV, probably, right?
Says 1988. I was listening.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
and that's
definitely before.
yeah. And this is and what's crazy is it was 88. I was probably like a sophomore in high school.
Wow.
Christian Kettler. That's when Joe was putting into Sevy in his truck. I didn't see the Canelo fight. I was watching UFC, Brianna. Sorry. I read about it, though. I read about it last night before I went to bed, but I didn't see it. Look at Blade. I love that song. Yeah, Stevie B was the shit. God, I can't tell you how that just made me feel. God, I love Stevie B. I might download that album and make my kids listen to it. I had the Radio Shack 15s first, I think, and then I upgraded to Rockford Fosgates. And you know what? Like I don't even think I ever noticed really the difference. I think the Rockford Fosgate 15s were like stiffer and they required a larger amp to push them, but I never feel like I feel like I never got more bass out of them. Maybe it was the box I had. MTV started in 1981. Yeah, Caleb, because I remember I was a little kid when Thriller came out, and I think it was on. I don't know. We didn't have MTV. You had to. It was like expensive back then. You had to have cable or some shit. We didn't. Whatever. You had to have a box to get it on top of your TV, and we just had that coaxial cable that screwed into the back. Yeah, subwoofer. Thank you. Look at all the redheads coming out. Fuck, I love my show. Look at this chick's fucking hair. And then that other chick, Brianna. Where's her comment? Look at her hair. But by the way, redheads, like that's a strong correlate. Like they fuck on demand. Like generally speaking. They're good. They make fucking incredible mates. I don't know why, but I don't think there's any science on that. But they're fucking the best. If you can get a redhead, Jesus Christ. It's what you want. I wonder if the dudes are the same way. I wonder if redheaded guys are good. Look at, oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to out you. My bad. Here's another thing. If you want to know, you need now this isn't, you don't need this, but you want a girl who can bring herself to climax by herself. Without toys. Oh, look, Olivia. Yes, they are. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate the confirmation. Oh, you have a redhead. Yeah. Okay. I figured the redheaded dudes were good too. Oh, no. Redheaded guy. Yeah. Yeah. But who cares? Redheaded men are hot-headed with terrible temper. The thing is like, I hear you, but people who are crazy emotional, once they get that under control, they're like powerhouses. That's where like all the success is. That's like where that's manifestation energy. Once you get your emotions under control, if you're a crazy emotional person, you get that shit under control. And by control, I mean like you watch it and let it pass. Man, that's where all the power is. That's where all the people who are the best in the world at what they do is. I got a real emotional kid and I'm like, ooh, man, once he gets a little older and I teach him mindfulness practices, he's going to be unfucking stoppable. And he's the quickest to cry and he's fucking undefeated at jiu-jitsu tournaments, just destroys people. So
he's learning how to control it a little bit then.
Yeah. Yeah. And emotional and really like emotional people like that too. I notice are usually, well, I don't know if that's true, but my kid's just unafraid. He's and by unafraid, I mean, he's not even afraid. He faces his fears. So when he's afraid, he's not even afraid of his fear. Like he just faces it. He's like, oh,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's crazy cool. Oh shit. Redheaded and Latina. Am I crazy? No, but fuck, I bet you that kazoo hums. Hey, that's Canelo. That's Canelo. Was she the one who asked about Canelo?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think she was, yeah. Damn.
I bet you Canelo, for all the success he had, he's pretty fucking cool. Okay. Paul Saladino back. I'm getting all riled up. I only have 20 minutes left. Our boy Paul. Look at Paul. Here we go.
Look at the difference between people in New York in 1930 and people on the street in New York in 2024. The 1930 video, everyone is fit. Everyone looks healthy. Obviously, it's colorized, but it looks like a freaking CrossFit convention in 1930. People are fit. They're healthy. They look vibrant. They're skinny by today's standards. People in New York on the street in 2024, you don't
Oh my
God. I mean, there's a lot of obese people now. Almost 100 years ago, we were so much healthier as a population. What changed? This is not rocket science. We eat so much more
Cool, right?
processed, hyper palatable food today. Over 60% of our diet is processed food, full of seed oils, corn, canola, sunflower, safflower, soybean, full of ingredients that make you crave these foods that sabotage your satiety. So how do we get back to New York from 1930?
There you go.
Let's just go back to what our great grandmothers
We're
ate in 30.
That's all we need.
Unprocessed,
All right.
processed.
Bye, Paul. Thank you, Caleb. All right. Stephen Flores, Brianna got a little Irish in her. You think Canelo got a little Irish in him?
Probably, right?
All right. Jared Bernstein. Click the YouTube video. Oh, no, click the Wikipedia first. This is going to fucking blow you guys away. You're going to be shocked and not shocked. But here we go. I hope my mom's watching this segment. Maybe I should click it too, so I can read it on my computer. Okay. This is from Council of Economic Advisors. The Council of Economic Advisors is a United States agency with the Executive Office of the President, established in 1946, which advises the President of the United States on economic policy. He makes the economic report of the president. The council is made up of its chairperson and generally 2 or 3 additional economists. Okay. You wanted to see who's head of the Council of Economics for Joe Biden?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and click the link below. Is my mom in the comments? No.
I haven't seen her yet. Oh, wait.
Oh, look, there he is, Jared Bernstein, an American. Yeah, okay, go ahead. Go ahead and go to the Instagram post.
The YouTube?
Oh, sorry, YouTube post. You can play the whole thing. I don't give a fuck if I get dinged for this. You can just play this. Fuck it. Here we go, guys. This is the chairman of. This is the guy who gives fucking Biden all his economic advice. Here we go. And if you're wondering why the country's in its current affairs, here we go.
The U.S. government can't go bankrupt because we can print our own money.
It obviously begs the question, why exactly are we borrowing in a currency that we print ourselves? I'm waiting for someone to stand up and say, why do we borrow our own currency in the first place?
Like you said, they print the dollar. So why does the government even borrow?
Well, again, some of this stuff gets, some of the language that some of the language and concepts are just confusing. I mean, the government definitely prints money, and it definitely lends that money, which is why the government definitely prints money, and then it lends that money by selling bonds. Is that what they do? They sell bonds. Yeah, they sell bonds. Right, because they sell bonds and people buy the bonds and lend them the money. Yeah, so a lot of times, at least to my ear with MMT, the language and the concepts can be kind of unnecessarily confusing, but there is no question that the government prints money and then it uses that money to, yeah, I guess I can't really talk. I don't get it. I don't know what they're talking about. Like, cause it's like the government clearly prints money. It does it all the time, and it clearly borrows. Otherwise we wouldn't be having this debt and deficit conversation. So I don't think there's anything confusing there.
No, you don't? Really?
So I'm going to explain it to you really simply, and there's going to be some people who are going to get really fucking pissed at this. But this is why you don't want to tax the rich. And you don't want to tax the corporations. Because when the rich spend money, it comes to us, the regular folk. They pull up in their Bentley at the Four Seasons, and 20 people service them and work on them, take care of their car, park their car, keep their car clean, bring them food, bring them their jacket. And jobs are being made fucking everywhere, and people are rewarded based on merit. And then those people see that and get lessons in life, and then eventually they climb up and be rich. That's what happened to me. I had a paper route. I worked at a place called Drug Barn as a cashier. Shit like that. I was so excited. I would be nice to people and I would get rewarded. When you tax the corporations, all that fucking happens, the vast majority of that money just gets fucking blown. And it's like feeding seagulls. It's like feeding seagulls, making Wonder Bread and feeding seagulls, as opposed to taking care of the ocean where they can fish for themselves. Rich people do not waste money. There's no such thing as wasting money. You have to fucking get your head wrapped around it. The only thing, if you ever saw someone burning money, like in a dumpster fire, that would be wasting money. It only hurts the people down. It only hurts the people down the food chain. There's never been a society ever in the history of this planet that's taxed into prosperity. Think about that. There's never been a society that's been taxed into prosperity ever anywhere. Ever. That's not what does it. That's not what does it. That was Jared Bernstein. But guys, I know you're like, who gives a fuck? Money's flowing. Things are good. As long as our nuclear weapons are safe, we should be fine.
All good.
Long as we have,
all good.
long as we have a good relationship with people who got all nuclear weapons, we're good.
It's kosher.
Look at, hey, dude, just so you know, you betray yourself when you say stuff like this, because your first comment was, Sevon, you're smoking crack. And then it's, okay, don't tax the rich and don't tax the poor. Fine. Yeah. But you betray yourself when you say that, because you don't have an argument and you're exposing what your pathology. I was talking to someone the other day, and I was trying to talk to them about abortion and like, is it really killing a baby or not? And they could not stop talking about, they always shifted the subject to it all falls on the woman. And it was like, hey, that's not what we're talking about. We can get to that, but that's not what we're talking about. But this lady could not have the conversation because she was so caught up in some pathology that she had about women's rights. And it was like, and I was just like, wow, it's like someone who's so focused on putting the ladder up while the fucking building burns down. They can't assess the situation for a second and be like, fuck it, I'm just going to use the hose and put the fire out. It's like they read somewhere, hey, the first thing you do when you show up to a fire is you put the ladder up. And it's a fucking grass fire. I mean, it's just fucking nuts. It's like, yo, dude, we'll get to that. There's a sequencing that has to happen in your thinking that makes it so you can have a discussion, or else that's what makes you an NPC if you don't have the proper sequencing. Yeah, you're taking a little extreme. It's not don't tax everyone. I'm not saying you don't tax corporations. I'm saying you don't change the tax from whatever it is now to whatever Biden's proposing it be, to go from 22 to 44% or some shit. Because then all the corporations then move overseas. We all know this, for example. And then all the jobs leave the United States. And who gets hurt? It's really not rocket science. Okay. Let's go on. Let's look at the Wikipedia page. Let's look at this next Wikipedia page. Brace yourself, people. This one's fun. This one is really fun. Here we go. Oh, I'll click it too. Here we go. This one's gonna fucking blow you away. This is the Wikipedia page of the Undersecretary of State for Arms Control and International Security. And the current person sitting in that position is Bonnie Jenkins.
Holy forehead.
She also worked for, so let me tell you about her job. The Undersecretary of Arms Control and International Security. In this capacity, the Undersecretary attends and participates at the direction of the President in National Security Council and subordinate meetings pertaining to arms control and non-proliferation and disarmament. Bonnie Jenkins is the current person holding this position. She grew up in the South Bronx. She has a Bachelor of Arts with a major in psychology and Black studies.
Oh no.
You guys know that there's no science there, right? There's no science. Psychology is not a science. The first two steps of science are to observe and then measure. You know that none of that can be observed or measured. It's all just made up shit. It's just surveys.
And she's the one in charge of the regulation of arms.
I'd like to pass out 1,000 surveys, and will those of you people tell me when you stop eating at night? That's not real measuring, people. Anyway, we shall go on. She has a Juris Doctor, that's a law degree, and a Master's of Public Administration. She's a Doctor of Philosophy. Oh my God. She was pre-doctoral fellow at Harvard.
Dude.
Jenkins was selected as the U.S. Department of State's coordinator for threat reduction programs in the Obama administration by the Bureau of International Security. She went to the nuclear summit in 2012. In September of 2017, Jenkins was founded the nonprofit Women of Color Advancing Peace and Security. Hey, I would respect it so much more if it said like Black Chicks Against Bombs.
It's a little cooler.
In November of 2020, Jenkins was named a volunteer member of the Joe Biden Presidential Transition Agency Review Team. In March of 2021, President Biden nominated Jenkins to be the Undersecretary of State of Arms Control and International Security Affairs. By the way, she's grossly obese. Okay, so that's the lady, right? That's that. Now, look at this Instagram video of her. Here we go.
You're here representing support for a Palestinian state, correct?
Yes, yes.
Have you analyzed that support objectively?
Yes.
Who would you assess would lead that Palestinian state? You can name a group, but I'm saying Hamas, Palestinian Authority, Fatah, some other group. Who would lead it?
I think that has to be something that's considered, but I think I would have to have a little. I don't feel comfortable saying that without.
Have you
having
not
more
assessed
understanding.
what group would lead it? Have you or have you not assessed who would become the leader of that Palestinian state?
This is part of a larger discussion.
Don't even say who it is. Just answer, have you assessed it? Have you assessed who would lead it?
Put it this way, there will be an assessment of the government
So
in terms of
you
who we think
came
should,
here
but
supporting something
I'm
you
not
have
in a
not
position
assessed.
right now to say what that is because I think this is part of a larger discussion.
Honestly, it's amazing.
When they say this is a part of a larger discussion, that's how you know they're absolutely retarded. This is a part of a larger discussion. You don't even know what the discussion is. You can't even break it down into what you think it is. It's a larger discussion.
You don't go out and fucking drink like a fucking moron the night before your SATs, even though I did.
If you care about your SATs, yeah.
That's we're back to the sequencing thing again, interestingly enough. she has all these opinions on what she wants to do over there in Gaza, but she hasn't assessed anything. There's no forward looking. There's no, she's getting drunk the day before she has something important to do. She's the sequencing's all fucked.
Her friend started crying to her about it, saying that she needed to do something. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to do something. And then she just walked into the room and said, I'm doing something. Never said what. Never looked into it to begin with.
Fucking crazy. Okay.
Idiot.
This is more important anyway, what I'm about to show you next. Forget all that stuff I just showed you. Can you go up there to how big is your dick?
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay, here we go. This is a podcast. This is when I see stuff like this, I'm envious because I wish my podcast was more like this, but whatever, I'll get there. Here we go.
How many inches is your dick?
I don't know, but it's decent.
It's decent.
And I say that because I really used to think I had a small dick because my little brother, I hate to say this, he gonna kill my little brother dick like 18 inches.
Damn.
So I used to think my dick was small. But I'm blessed. I'm a ruler.
And how many inches?
Okay, well, here's what's crazy. I found his brother on the internet, jumping rope. Here we go. Click the link below. I found his brother.
Oh my God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you, I'm a ruler. I know, what a great line. Here we go. Here's his brother. Here we go.
Oh my God.
Fucking nuts.
Oh my God.
Hey, is that let me see that dude's, is that dude's whole, that dude has a whole account?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy. Damn, that dude's DMs must be crazy.
Gotta be, right? Oh my God. That's like unholy, dude. That's crazy.
Let me see the one where he's balancing on that like that fire pole or whatever that thing is. Oh. Jesus Christ, you can see the outline of his helmet.
I can't believe he doesn't just fucking tape that thing down.
Oh, let me see the one with the flag wrapped around him. I want to see someone handle that thing. Oh yeah, that's exactly how I pictured. Oh, he's a stripper.
Oh, he is. Yeah, okay. This makes
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Get out of here.
Oh my God. That's a CrossFitter for sure. Oh, she's freaking.
Her fucking boobs just fell out.
Anyway, there you go. You can say you saw 18-inch cock today on the Sevon podcast. There you go.
Unbelievable.
Let me see. Bit of a pivot to oh, here we go. Here we go. My kids always walk. Okay, look at it's mandatory. My kids. Watch this. Watch this. I should have filmed the follow-up to this instead of just telling you. Okay, here we go.
We're with Barron Trump. Barron's a very interesting guy, the son of Donald Trump, 6768. We're doing a podcast with Ryan Garcia. He stays there and he walks and says, let me walk you to your car. The son of a billionaire who's a president says, let me walk you to your car. He's working customer service. He walks us to our car and he's standing there until we get in the car to leave. He says, look, no matter what I do, no matter what my brothers do, no matter how much money we make, our success will never come close to what our father had to do because he really had the hard life, not us. We have an easy life. He just turned 18. Are you kidding me? Like, what a freaking stud of a kid to say something like that, right? Yesterday, we're with Barron Trump. I
showed that to my 3 boys. I saw that and I drug my 3 boys. I was sitting on my bed and I saw this video. I said, hey, boys, come in the room. They come in the room, march in there. I play the video and Ari, my 7-year-old son, I show it to him and he goes, what? And I go, what did you see? And he goes, I see a guy getting excited about something that he shouldn't be getting excited about. And I'm like, what do you mean? The kid's fucking 7, right? And he's like, everyone should walk the guests out We always do that. We always walk the guests out. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, and I'm only 7. I said, yeah, that's fucking right. That's fucking right. My mom never leaves this fucking house without my boys walking her out to her car. Sousa's here, we walk him out to his car. That's what you fucking do. You walk your guests out to their car. You make sure they get in their car safely. Doesn't matter. You have to do that. If your kids aren't walking guests out to the car, the fuck you mean? You're impressed that an 18-year-old boy did that. My son just knew it. I mean, I'm still impressed that Barron did it. I mean, it makes me happy. Like Donald's raising him right. But like, for fuck's sake, if you're not doing that, start doing that. I don't care what they're doing. If they're in the fucking shower, they jump out and dry off and they walk grandma to the fucking car. That fucking lady birthed me. How the fuck are my kids not going to walk her out to her fucking car? Fucking nuts. But anytime anyone comes to the house, no matter what you're doing, you come in the room. Let's say if Sousa's there, you come in the kitchen where we're hanging out and you say, hi, Sousa. Make eye contact with him, give him a hug, shake his hand, whatever you feel comfortable with. Then you go back and play. Someone's in your house. Always hold the door open. Yeah, you got to hold the door open for people. All that shit. But I was so happy that he knew it. Now have them walk the lonely cart back to the corral. All right, I'm not perfect. All right, love you guys. See you guys soon. Caleb, thank you.